And welcome into this week's edition of Hey Coach. We have a special guest, our athletic director, Ross Haley, joining us today. Kind of give you the state of the first 9 weeks. There's been cheer, dance, junior high football, playing tonight in this junior high championship at Hartfield, cross country, varsity football, and then you look up, volleyball is right around the corner, and then hoop season is pretty much here for girls.
No doubt about it. Things are flying by as they always do, John. Just we've completed softball season. We're in the middle of volleyball. We're waiting on the volleyball playoffs. We've completed our regular season for volleyball. Cross country has one more regular season meet, and then the state championship coming up in about a week and a half. Basketball right around the corner. Football, junior high football finishing up. So, and look, varsity football. That's kind of the talk of the town right now. So.
It is. When you start looking at this landscape, we've talked about this football season before, and we all thought our head football coach was a little bonkers because of the schedule that was going to be set out. And wow, they have just come. And it's a true Herbert Davis fashion team. They're going to be coached well. They're going to be disciplined. They're going to play with physicality and have a passion. But you've called every one of those games. What have you seen from this team this year different than maybe years past?
The thing I see is, we've been good offensively. This year, I just see a difference in our defense. Those, especially the kids like Cade Gentry and Parker Durham and James Downer, they're just, they bring a sense of determination and a sense that the physicality that you're talking about, but they're just playing. They're just not going to be denied at this point.
I think a lot of times when you mention those three, it's bad intentions to get back to the quarterback. Like they want to. I don't want to say hurt the opponent, but they want to make their presence known. And
Absolutely.
I think when I coach football, Danny always has fast, physical, and ball hogs. Well, now I think it's fast, physical, and we're going to knock you out. It's one of those things. Going in, it's homecoming week. What are the things that you love about homecoming week?
Are
there many that people like? We're going to have a special guest come in later. But I know for a football coach, Herbert will probably talk about this in a later segment, that it's like, wow, there's so many distractions.
Yeah.
It's a little chaotic. The hallways are decorated. But
well, look, you're gonna get a taste of this because you've been coaching football all these other years, but now you're out there helping get things set up for the game day experience and the tents and all that stuff. But what you hadn't, I don't know if you thought about it yet or not, but they need a lot of that football field area for their morning games and stuff. So getting all the stuff set up, it becomes a challenge for that day. Getting the tents don't get to go out as early. The campus is going to be, we're having a parade around campus, so getting the signage and the traffic cones and all that kind of stuff out early is a little bit more of a challenge. So
my wheels are already turning.
Homecoming. I'm so glad our kids love homecoming, and I'm so glad our families love homecoming. But it presents more challenges as far as getting things set up for the nighttime. So. Yeah. It's one of those days where I'm really glad everybody else gets to enjoy it. That's the nicest thing I can say.
Yeah, the logistics part, and I've never even thought about that. Like the logistics part of how Alvin gets the tents ready, and Bryce and I put them out in the morning, and that is a challenge.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to be continued on the homecoming, but it is a fun time. I know my daughter dressed up this morning. It's one of those cool things. If you're in the middle school today, that whole thing, 6, 7 is a thing over there, so they got to do that. Sports-wise, let's get back in. Volleyball season's concluding. They finished regular season. Their tournament starts Monday and Tuesday of next week. What does that look like? I know it's a different kind of deal this year in the MIS. What does it look like for our girls?
We're going to be the number 2 seed out of the North. So in volleyball, we're in the North, and in most of the other sports, we're in the South. But just there's fewer schools that play volleyball, so
right.
they had to district things a little bit differently. JA will be the number 1 out of the North. We'll be the number 2 out of the North, and that's going to put Lamar as the number 1 out of the South, and Hartfield as the number 2 out of the South.
And I guess they'll play.
Yeah. So we'll play Lamar Monday evening. And then we'll play, hopefully we'll be playing either Hartfield or JA on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I think from what Coach Dorr told me, I believe Monday will be at 7. Okay. The championship game on Tuesday is definitely at 7.
And where will they play that?
Those will all be at Mississippi College,
nice.
in the Golden Dome at Mississippi College.
Well, it's a fun. We're going to defend this title that we won, the first one last year. As we look toward, we had Coach Parvin on last week, and the future of our softball program. Him coming in, knowing the program, and staying in the same capacity in baseball. What do you see with that softball program going now? We have a full-time coach on staff. I think anytime you have a full-time coach with a baseball or a softball or a football, it helps with the morale of the girls. What do you see out of him this year coming up?
Well, I see Coach Parvin and Coach Gilreath and the next couple of folks. We'll have a couple more. We'll have a full staff like we had the past couple of years. I just see him. I see him being able to get the girls all on the same page and start out with get them going from the very beginning with a positive attitude. They're all there's going to be a very senior heavy team, and getting them all on the same page, getting them all ready to support one another is going to be important, and that's his first goal, is to get everybody on the same page, parents, kids, coaches, everybody all on the bus moving in the same direction, in the same gear. Yeah,
you see the talents there. I mean, 2 years ago we were playing in Game 3 of the state championship against Hartfield, and the talent didn't really fall off, but you're looking at like, wow, they have the makings of a really good team. So glad to see Coach Parvin get the nod with that head coach.
We're excited about it as well.
Basketball.
Not far away.
I walked in the foyer of the gym and I could smell the finish that's on the floor. And
got everything done Saturday. Got back in there. I spent some time in there yesterday getting the scorers table all set up, making sure all the things are wired and corded correctly. During the off season, you just kind of go back there and push stuff around as much as you need to. But I got to spend some time in there yesterday making sure that everything's back in place now, so we can still keep having chapel in there during the days, but having all this stuff ready for basketball season at the night times. And we play a game Monday, October 27th. Our varsity girls start, junior high and varsity girls start Monday, October 27th.
Wow, that is right around the corner. Give me two, one for the boys, one for the girls. What you're looking for this year? It's Coach Luis's last season here, leading the boys. But what about the girls? What's one thing you look forward to seeing from the girls, and one thing from the boys?
Well, I think I think our girls team is I think our girls team feels like they've missed out on a couple opportunities the last couple of years, and I think that's their big thing, is that they're ready to, they're going to do everything they can to not miss out on another opportunity. Yeah. You have a good group of seniors coming back with this group, and Anna Morgan Anderson's a great guard, adding Julia Kate Woodward, not Anna Kate Woodward.
Yeah.
Too many double names, especially with that girls basketball
There's
team.
There's a lot of Annas.
Yes.
I told Coach Forrest we're going to call that we're going to have a post called the A Team. He's like, what? I was like, Anna, Annie, Anna Kate.
Yes.
Got all these A's. Anna Morgan.
So, but there's good guard play. Annie Toller inside. Alyssa Dampier inside at times. It's going to be a great year for those girls. In the boys, we have to improve. We have to make sure we improve at the guard spots. Eric, Big Eric inside he's going to be there for us, and we know we'll be able to count on him. We'll just have to make sure we're handling the basketball and making the right pass and taking the shots when it's the right time to take shots.
That's it. Well, basketball's right around the corner. We got homecoming Friday night. Exciting times. You'll be in the booth calling the game, and Bryson will be boots on the ground, running around, trying to make sure everything is staying in place.
Yeah, over fall break, with my wife and I, Lauren, we're talking a little bit and looking through some old pictures and stuff, and one of the pictures that came across was me in the coat and tie walking Sarah Carson across the field that 9th grade year.
Oh wow!
And it was the first time. It was the first time I'd tried to do a game on the radio and escort her across the field, and Lauren and Sarah Carson were both commenting about how they felt like it took me way too long to get to the other side of the field to walk her across the field, and but at the same time we were out there, and there were 10-year anniversary and 20-year anniversary teams, and the 10-year anniversary team were kids that I'd coached, and the 20-year anniversary kids were kids that I'd known, through playing at MRA, playing at Canton, and them being at MRA and stuff. So I was kind of up on the front of the field visiting with folks, and then I kind of turned around and looked, and she was like 3 people away from getting escorted. So I had to turn around and walk quickly out of the camera and get back there to escort her across. But that's those the homecoming opportunities are fantastic. You have the alumni tent set up. You get to walk around and see the alums, see the kids coming back for their 20, and now, I mean, the 30-year reunions are kids that I went to college, or guys and girls that I went to college with, and the 20-year and the 10-year reunions are kids and people that I've coached, and some of those 20-year people have they have kids at our school now. So
yeah, we're honoring 1995, 2005, and 2015 this Friday night. Well, thanks for taking time out of your schedule to come join us on Hey Coach and give us an overview of the fall sports after the first 9 weeks. And we'll visit with you more as basketball season rolls around.
Also, one thing we didn't get to was boys soccer starts about the same time that girls and boys basketball does as well. So a big soccer change. Yeah, this year we didn't play any girls soccer in the fall. We're keeping boys soccer in the winter, and then girls soccer is going to be over in the spring. But Coach Keogh and his boys will be getting started. He has a few that are out there, non-football players, but he has a lot of football players. So once football's over, really the 1st of December, that the boys soccer, we'll have more time to talk about them. But they do get started.
Wow, it's fast and furious once the school year kicks off.
No doubt.
All right, thanks for joining us today.
All right, thank you.
That is Coach Ross Haley, our athletic director at MRA, joining us on Hey Coach. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Coach Herbert Davis and look at a week of what he thinks about homecoming.
Gumbo is a quintessential Louisiana dish, right? Our gumbo's just got tremendous flavor. It's about quality. If you skip any part of the process, you'll definitely get called out for it, and we just don't do that. Of course, we have salt and pepper shakers on every table, but rarely do we see someone pick them up. If you're gonna do a gumbo, you better do it the right way.
Your smile. It's how you share your truest feelings, your dreams, yourself with the world. And at the Winning Smile, your smile is our passion. That's why we offer in-house financing options, convenient appointment times, and personalized treatment plans to help keep you healthy and discover your confidence to unleash your best smile. Learn more at thewinningsmile.com.
From small-town courtrooms to the Mississippi Supreme Court, our attorneys have over 60 years' experience litigating cases all across Mississippi. The odds say you'll need an attorney at some point, and when you do, you can have the home field advantage with your hometown lawyers right around the corner from MRA. Gladden and Ingram, attorneys at law.
And welcome back to Hey Coach. Coach Davis, back in the hot seat again, but the weather's cooling off. And we finally get to play a football game after a much-needed bye week.
No doubt.
How's practice been?
It's been great. I mean, this team has done well so far. We just got to finish. All they got to do is finish. But they've done well coming out. I think we've been pretty focused, and I think they enjoyed the break. I think we tried to do a good job of giving them as much time off as we could, but at the same time getting the work done to keep the train rolling, hopefully.
Yeah, and that's the biggest obstacle. You've said it in the preseason. You've said it as we've talked at length. This back part of the schedule is probably going to be the toughest for you on the mental side of keeping the hunger, I guess you would say. Mm-hmm. But as we look at the landscape, you have Park Lane tonight, which is no slouch. Friday night. That is no slouch at all. Programs are very similar defensively. You and Ron are really good friends. Let's talk about the matchup versus Park Lane and homecoming. Just what it means to you. That's a friend across the sideline.
Well, hey, first of all, just from a competitive standpoint, it's they got a good team. As I told our guys, a much different Park Lane team, more physical, more speed.
A team that beat Prep early in the season.
A team that beat Prep early in the season. So. They're coming in with a lot more confidence than the team we played a year ago that was very young, just kind of thinking they could be good, but this team knows they can be good. So, but it's going to be fun. We need again. We need a good game. We never want any easy ones.
Right,
and
right.
so so to continue to hopefully prep us for the playoffs, and so this will be a good one.
Yeah, the mental side of this game I see is you've had the stretch of 7, you've had a break, and now you have another opponent that's really good. So you start looking at the front half, and everybody talks about that in the media, that, they played the toughest first 7 games. Well, now we got a bye week, and now we're playing a state champion from the 5A last year. I mean, you got another solid opponent coming in, and it's a homecoming night too, which adds a different element. I think it's a little different. We were off for 2 days with fall break, so the stuff that happens in the school is limited to only 2 days, and you have a Friday night game. But it gave your guys, I think, time to reset early on Monday and Tuesday with practice of getting in, and minimize the distractions, if you will.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's all about our leadership from here on out. How we approach practice to prepare to play on Friday nights.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
Well, let's talk about Park Lane, and I mentioned earlier a little bit that they run a similar style of defense for us. Is that, Captain Obvious here speaking to you, that obviously helps you as an offensive play caller?
Yeah, you gotta feel like, and they've done that, and that's what Ron has done a great job of. Ron and Robert, Robert coached with me, the defense coordinator. He coached with me at Brookhaven, so he's a ex-coach of mine too. So, but they run a similar, they've been real simple, but very good at what they're doing, and so which is. Hey, the key to success, by the way. Right. You just don't make plays up every week. So it's all about the folks that can execute it and be physical with it, and that's what they've done a good job of. But yeah, it's we for the most part ought to have a good idea of what's going to happen for the most part, and there'll be the 2 teams that do have some wrinkles that can make the adjustments during the game.
Offensively, for Park Lane, I know they've done some things that we do similarly. I've seen them run mesh a little bit. They do the passing game. They run the football. What are they starting to hang their hat on this late part in the season?
Well, for a couple of years now, they want to run the football. They want to play with tempo, and they run the vertical choice stuff too. But they do a tremendous job at the drive concept. A lot of shallows and digs across the middle, and they dress that thing up probably as good as anybody does, and do a really good job with it.
Nice. Special teams, they're part of the game that you gotta think edge to MRA with what Wade's been able to do in the kicking game thus far.
Yeah, but I would say this is probably one of their better special teams groups right here. So it's a good solid group, and so they have a good football team. I would. If they don't get into Division I, I look for them to be a clear favorite to win Division II.
Yeah, and that's one of the things Coach Haley and I were talking about, the volleyball and how that shapes up. But let's look at the football landscape real quick of how that set up, the PowerPoints and all that. There, in my way of thinking and looking at the PowerPoint rankings, I think there's 2 top ones in the 4A Division I right now. You look at us, and then you look at I think JA is right there in the top. Well, then I think 3, 4, 5 is kind of jumbled up when you look at Hartfield, Jackson Prep, and Park Lane. So a lot of decisions are going to be made on the PowerPoint systems of you went out, if you slip up and lose a game, and all that stuff. And I haven't looked at the PowerPoints enough. Have you looked at that and seen?
I looked at it some, but then it kind of threw me off after last weekend. So I'm not worried about it. We got to win 2 in November to win this thing, and it don't matter. Yeah. It's going to be probably JA and somebody else, and it is what it is.
Yeah, control what you can control.
That's right.
It does look good for, and is there a bye week after the last game?
Yeah, there's only 4 teams going into Division I.
Okay.
6 going into the Division II and Division III, so that gives you the bye week, which I don't like, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So everybody will kind of finish up that weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so Patriots take care of business. We'll host a semifinal playoff game right here on Old Canton Road.
That's right.
Awesome. Before I let you go, let's talk about homecoming. And I started looking at the schools, the classes that are coming back, and it's 2015. And I started thinking about wow. And I go back to 2005, 2015.
Wow. Yeah.
So go back That was that was our first track championship, so that's kind of a cool deal. But I go back and I look. That was when you started. You came here in 2013.
14.
13 spring. No, 14. You're right. 14 spring.
14.
So you're starting to get into.
So 15 football was my second year. That was my son's junior year. And,
so you're starting to see some of those guys. Last year was the first year you saw that first group come through. But now, what does that mean to you when you see those guys that have poured the foundation into this program and to see where it is and they come back and they're like, wow, Coach Davis, this is.
Oh, it's pumping. I get a lot of texts and social media messages all the time from those guys. So, they still keep up with us. They're excited for MRE football.
Yeah, and that's, I think we alluded to this earlier, that, with you and your staff and the tradition that comes with this program, there's a lot that's being said about that MRE that's on that helmet.
It's being here a long time now. I mean, shoot, I'm getting people come back for homecoming, and I think I've gotten about 7 invitations to weddings this year from
those are good. Those are all good things. Those are all good
things.
things.
Things are going by fast, so it's good though. It's been a great ride. Be good if we can get back in this championship win column this year. We got the team to do it. Obviously, we got to go do it. But we felt like we had the team the last 2 years to do it, but we didn't do it. So I think this team hopefully is on a mission to try to get there.
Yeah, you look at the girls basketball team that Coach Haley mentioned earlier. That the word that came to mind was finish, and you just said it. I think to get to that next level, you've been in the championship game. You've missed out 2 years in a row by the narrowest of margin. Time to get back in that championship game and then win it.
Yep.
So, anything before we go?
That's the plan.
Anything before we go?
No, just excited, man. It'll be a great atmosphere here. I mean, I think Parkland will bring a great crowd up. I think in the past they probably like, oh God, we got to go to MRA. I think, and me and Ryan talked last night. I mean, I think they're excited about coming to MRA. The players are, the parents are. I think, if nothing else, just to go test the waters. Hey, we beat Prep. MRA's #1 right now. Let's go see who we're undefeated. Let's go see what we're all about. So I think they're going to bring a great crowd. It's going to be of course, we always have a great crowd. Yeah. But homecoming on top of that, it's going to be a big crowd.
I've heard a lot of people that play here when we go and break stuff down and we see the visiting team leaving. There's a lot of parents, there's a lot of fans from other schools and players that are like, man, I love playing here. And I think it goes with the atmosphere that we provide here on Friday nights with the fireworks, the Jumbotron, all that stuff.
Yeah, Ricky Rodriguez, Hayden's head coach at Ravenwood, he was just like, man, what a atmosphere. Yeah. It was fun to play in. So when you get people from out of state and people come in here and say that, it's special, and it is.
It's a special place. People ask me all the time, like, what makes it so special? I was like, there's a secret sauce, but until you're in the sauce, you really don't. You can't really tell them what it is. That's right. You got to be here. Coach Davis, good luck to you this Friday night and pulling on for a homecoming victory for the Patriots. Stay tuned. We're going to have a special guest to talk about the homecoming festivities. If you're a fan of Dr. Seuss, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Stay tuned with more from Hey Coach.
At Watkins Construction and Roofing, football is more than just a sport. It's teamwork meets community. And supporting our local teams is just another way we give back. So don't let a leak sneak through your defense. Call the professionals that know how to tackle a leak and protect your home field. Watkins Construction and Roofing. Trust, the beginning of what we build.
Ely's is a proud sponsor of MRA Patriot Athletics. Come try our USDA Prime New York Strip, bone-in filet, New England scallops, or sauteed Gulf crab claws. Ely's also offers an extensive wine list and bar selections. Ely's, upstairs on Jackson Street in Ridgeland. Good luck, Patriots. Boulware Vassar Orthodontics are specialists in creating beautiful smiles for kids and adults with 3 locations in the greater Jackson area. Our orthodontists are experienced, caring, and along with our friendly staff are waiting to align your bite, transform your smile, and boost your self-confidence with multiple treatment options including Invisalign and tooth-colored braces. With 3 offices in Lakeland, Ridgeland, and Clinton, contact Boulware Vassar Orthodontics today.
Dean Architecture, an award-winning architectural firm offering professional services of architecture, planning, and interior design. We are proud to be working with MRA on the new tennis complex and performing arts practice facility. We are excited about our current and completed projects, including the Gluckstadt Police Station, soon to be under construction Hines School of Nursing, Bridle Path, and the Baptist Medical Office Building for Jackson Eye Associates and Mississippi Retina. For leading-edge design and personalized services for your next building project, call Dean Architecture, your architect and proud supporters of MRA Athletics.
And welcome back to Hey Coach. I'm here with a famous person.
That's me.
From The Grinch. And if you're familiar with The Grinch, you are
Cindy Lou Who.
I mean, of all people, Cindy Lou Who coming back to...
Absolutely. Homecoming. Is there any other time to be Cindy Lou Who?
Exactly. So let's talk about homecoming. And people who don't really know you, this is Haley Lowe. She is the coordinator of all homecoming things with your counterpart.
Brooke Jones, yes. We are in charge of student council, and student council puts on all things homecoming, from decorating the hallways. If you walked around the school today, you'd see we have a whole hallway that looks like a Dr. Seuss book. You can go through the Magic School Bus, the Hungry Caterpillar, all types of things. We do Powder Puff, we do the homecoming parade, the pep rally, kind of everything, which is so fun.
What do you love, because you're an alum?
Yeah.
What is it that brings you, because there's a lot of joy on your face right now.
Yeah,
and a lot of times, we just had Coach Haley, we just had Coach Davis, both coaches who are like, oh, homecoming. They're like the Grinch, right? So you bring the joy, and you kind of make their heart be really small, and you grow it to 3 times the size of what it is.
I really do. There's a lot of times when I come up with ideas and they're like, seriously? I'm like, yes, it's going to be so much fun. And the amazing part about it is this is the one time all year when the whole entire school gets to be a part of it. So from kindergarten to 12th grade to alumni to the parents, everybody is involved at some point during the week, which is so much fun. And just, again, Coach Davis said it's fun to get to see the kids act like kids. That's so true. Like today someone is dressed up, like fully painted up like the Grinch today. When else do we see that kind of just fun happening? So it's a blast.
I saw there was a PJ and a DJ, which was then turned to Napper and Rapper.
Napper, yes. So today we're Rhyme Without Reason. So my counterpart is Winnie the Pooh and Cindy Lou Who. Oh, nice. So yes, everybody, there is a Grinch and Miss Lynch. So like our math teacher, they match up. And so then tomorrow we're dressing up everybody as the same letter as our first name, something that's the same letter. So I'm being a leopard for Miss Lowe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and my student council, they put in so much hard work.
Well, I saw them here yesterday. I was going to get to that. They were here yesterday on the last part of fall break. And when I walked through, the hallway was bare.
Oh, yeah.
When I come in this morning, it is...
They pretty much wallpapered...
It's magic.
They wallpapered 3 hallways that are about 100 feet long each.
I saw the Magic School Bus.
There's a Magic School Bus.
Right here is the...
That's like a library of all the different series they read as kids, and they all got so excited to think about the books that they read as kids, and they're like, oh my goodness, the Magic Schoolhouse, I read all of them, and I was like, I'm an English teacher, and I'm like, wow, can we get that excited about our English work today?
I saw Flat Stanley.
Flat Stanley. There's I think we came up with 35 different series that are in that hallway.
That's really cool. Yeah. So tomorrow is Dress Up as What about Friday?
So Friday, we, as a high school, we don't do class on Friday. We do homecoming games the whole day. So we're taking a spin off the book the day the crayons quit, and it's the day the crayons cheered for the Patriots. And so every team is a different crayon color, and we will compete in basically field day games all day. So we'll do dodgeball, capture the flag, kickball, and then we're doing some other random things. And so everybody is competing with their grade to win the homecoming games prize.
What does the winner get?
Bragging rights.
Oh. We
They
got to find a trophy.
You're right. We need something better than that. I think that
we could use the top of your head.
Something. They could win my wig. I do think that they have to maybe, whoever is winning has to do a field goal kicking competition at the pep rally tomorrow, which is going to be hilarious.
All right. So I saw this on the script. We're not doing the homecoming pep rally.
Inside,
in Dewey's Hall.
We're doing it on the football field because we are going to be outside. We're doing our first ever homecoming parade this year.
Oh yeah, last year
it rained out.
Yeah, Mother Nature is not
that was
kind
the
to us.
saddest day of my year last year. So we are going to be outside. The parade will take place all the way around campus, and then everybody will just move from their parade spots into the football field. Last year, I feel like for this pep rally, we had so many people come to this pep rally with the homecoming court and alumni and all the things. We were jam-packed in the gym last year. Everyone was sitting on the floor. So we're like, let's make it even more special. Let's go out to the football field.
Yeah, because that's where the homecoming queen is going to be crowned out there.
It's just
and
special.
the games played out there.
Sets it apart.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that you tied in and you brought kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. And it's not cliche, it's what we say. It's MRA is a family. I think when you see that bridge together, it's a special type of atmosphere here.
Absolutely. It's so fun. And that's part of, I was telling my high schoolers, because we're doing this parade, and they're like, the high schoolers don't want to see us walk around the campus. They don't care if we wave at them. I said, this is not for the high schoolers. This is for the kindergartners who are going to be so stinking excited to see you in your homecoming court attire driving around campus. They feel like they're encountering princesses. And so it's so fun getting to see the little kids so excited about stuff like this. And so we're just so excited. It's
Go back to our former head of school, Tommy Thompson, the little eyes are always watching. And that's one of the special quotes that have come through here, and everybody uses that. But that's so true, whether they're 3 years old, I think even to 12 years old, when they see the girls coming down and they're waving, and I mean, it just...
I had a group of
There's some
sixth
nostalgia
graders.
there.
I had a group of sixth graders run up to me this morning like, we have our costumes in our bags. We just have gym first period, but we're dressing up, we promise. And I was like, absolutely, guys. Y'all are great.
Is that the joy that you see coming from that? You see the...
Oh, absolutely. They get so excited. And I think when the teachers participate too, it's kind of like they get to see us as real people. And so just the whole thing is just a blast.
Yeah. How upset were you that it fell on fall break and you missed 2 days of dress up?
Honestly, I was upset that we missed 2 days of dress up, but from a teaching standpoint, it's great because we only have 2 days of class. And so we can kind of be a little bit more fun because we're starting the 9 weeks, so we don't have tests and stuff. So while it kind of stinks that we have a shorter week, it also is fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts before I let you go back and work on the Grinch?
Yeah. Nothing I can think of. Go Patriots.
There you go.
I'm excited for the game.
Well, that'll do it for Hey Coach.
And Cindy Lou Who.
And Cindy Lou Who here for this week's edition. The Patriots will take on Park Lane Academy this Friday night. The junior high Patriots are playing right now for the championship at Hartfield. And stay tuned for more episodes of Hey Coach coming next week as we take on Brookhaven Academy on the road again. And wait, we're here. Sorry.
We are here.
We are here.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Haven't played here in a while.
Yeah, it's time.
All right. See y'all next week.